Our next step will be to bread the yam. Now this is the step that I want you to pay very close attention to, because it could make or break your yamarita. I've made this mistake so many times, and the breading process, I think, was what made my yamarita come out differently on different occasions. So I'm going to be showing you the different way to bread it. So my yam is still a little bit wet, so I don't want it to be completely dry. Like I said, just, you know, parts dry, towel dry. So I'm going to first use this powder to kind of further make it a little bit drier, and then have something for the egg to hold on to before we use the bread crumb. So I'm just going to put this right here and do that. So I like to keep two of my hands for different things. This is for wet products and this is for the dry ingredients. So I will take my yam, put it in the flour, use my dry hand to coat it a little bit, turn around, coat it. See what I'm doing? Turn this around. Like, you don't want it too floury. Dust off any excess. Place it right here. Repeat it again. If you feel your hand is becoming sticky, get your kitchen towel and clean your hands and proceed again. Like I said, this is my dry hand and this is my wet hand, so this has been dry all along. So you're going to repeat this process the same way for every other ones, like so. I'm going to hurry on and do the rest, and I'll see you in a bit. At least I know that you've gotten the gist. So I'll show you something. I won't go on and coat everything. I'm going to leave some. So I will show you the difference between me using this process and the other one that I don't use the process. You see how the both of them are different. The next thing we're going to do now is prepare our eggs. And break your egg into the bowl. Lightly beat your egg like so. I will add a pinch of salt into it. Although yes, the other things are, you know, seasoned as well, but just a pinch is okay. I like to season every of my ingredients apart from the flour, but you can as well, you know, season your flour as well. Then I'll set this aside and we're going to mix this with the red bell pepper flakes, like so. Okay, I'll need to put it in a bigger one so it's easier for me to mix. So just mix. The amount you put is actually depend. This smells so nice. So this is what you have. I already started breading, so I'm just going to show you how I did that. So I'm going to use this one for this, like I said. So pick one as dry or wet hand. So this is going to be my dry hand and this is going to be my wet hand. So I'll drop this in the egg mixture like so and coat it. So you see the flour is acting as a first coat, so it's helping the egg stick to the yam. if I did not do this, what will end up happening is that most of the egg will drop into the bowl, and then there will be nothing really on some part of the yam. So I'll go ahead and put it in the breadcrumb, and then use my dry hand to do this. So if you do it this way, it's less messy, so your dry hand continues to stay dry. So this is what you have, like one layer of breading. So I will show you the difference between this and if I do a double layer. Personally, I prefer it this way. It's more, it looks nicer, and I just feel like it's better. So you take it with your wet hand, drop it into the bowl, coat your yam, your breadcrumb, drop it into your breadcrumb, your dry hand, tap off any excess. See, so if you wanted to do a double breading, all you have to do is put it back into the egg mixture and do that one more time. Take off any excess, drop it back and coat again. Like, what you don't want is add too much pressure on the yam, and then the next thing you have is something like this. It will take off what you already have. So you want to be gentle with it and tap off and put it here. So let me show you the difference between a single coating and a double coating. I don't know if you can see the difference, but I prefer this one. This kind of looks somehow, So I'll go ahead and finish the rest with this, but for now, let me show you the other one that I did not and this is the mix here for this one. I've already added the spice. I don't know, I didn't know my video wasn't recording at that time, but I just poured in that spice that was in this bowl and I put it in here. I did not have to add salt into these two breadcrumbs because the breadcrumbs already comes with salt and you don't want it to be too salty, and the yam already was soaked in salty water, not too salty, but a little bit of salt was added in the water when I soaked the yam, so they should be pretty good. So what you have to just do is make sure you read the ingredients side of whatever you're using and see what already comes with it. And that's the same reason why I only added flakes in this one and I did not add parsley flakes in the other one, because the Italian seasoning breadcrumb already comes with parsley flakes in it, but this one was just bland. That's the plain one, so I added my own spice. You can actually add any spice you want yourself. Take my yam piece, dry hand, then wet hand, you see there are some parts that the egg itself has gotten off or did not stay, so you end up having, you know, a lot of side that is not coated, unlike the other one that you use the flour. Every part of it is coated evenly. But again, because some people will still doubt it, I'm going to repeat the same process for this one that I use the flour to coat and use the whole wheat breadcrumb as well. So you put this in with your wet hand. Let's drop. Then put it back into this one. This bowl is not doing me justice. I should have brought a more opened bowl for this. But let's see. Still the same bowl I used for the other one. So you see, you have to use a more spacious bowl so you'll be able to fully go around. So let me show you the difference between the one with the flour coat before the egg, the one without the flour coat before the egg. See what I'm saying? This has even breading, while this one, some were not breaded while some were. So that is the difference. So I hope I've been able to show you the different things that you could be doing wrongly. Okay, let me show you one more thing that I used to do before I started breading this way. And that was, you know, I'll take my yam stick, put it in the egg like so. This is very funny. Drip some out, then I'll be doing this. But what I was doing that I didn't know was that as I'm pulling it across this way, it's not staying. I'm just taking off what I already put on it. So it was like, why is this thing not breading? Because by the time you move it this way, you already took off what you had then, and the egg are going off the yam stick. So, but if you just put the egg here, put it here, and sprinkle on top of it, and just turn, so it's more like a patting method, you know, for girls that apply makeup, you know, just like the stippling versus the buffing method. The stippling method will allow the product to stay onto your skin, like onto the pores of your skin. So the same way is what you should be doing for your breading as well. So it's more like just pat it in if you want, gently, not a lot, just gently if you must. But I tell you, if you do this first flour coating with the egg before this one, you will get a better result by just taking the bread and sprinkling on top of the produce. And then you have this way. So I hope these three methods also has helped you. So I'm going to go ahead and finish with the rest of the yam that I'll be using for the tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the frying process.